Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports.
Well, Coach, no rain in the forecast. That's the good news, but it is a chilly December day here in the Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Today, it's an NFC West battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 29-yard line. Right there, 54 Mike. Check pass, check pass. Tight dog.
A carry now for McKissick. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 45 on second down, Wilson. He's got the tight end, Vanette. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, there was a little extra pressure with that one because it was third down. He didn't care. He snagged it with one hand like it was routine.
The key is to make a play in a tough situation. Doesn't matter how, and in this case, one-handed gets it done. Terrific play for us to watch.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their own 26. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here we go. 180! I got you.
Throwing on second and 8. Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 22 yards there, a first down. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Here we go.
Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Matt Breida out of Georgia Southern now in his third year in a 49er uniform. He was tough to keep off the field last year. Very good yards per carry, 5.3 on 153 attempts. Good for over 800 yards rushing. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all this stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
The running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Tevin Coleman, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Let's take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here, 3rd and a yard. Now it's Carson. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On the return, it's James.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway, and they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
2nd and 5 now. Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Nice hit, boy.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Garoppolo. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And Dixon has it. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And right now, a lot to like on that screen. They've wrapped up the division, now currently sitting in the coveted number 2 spot. Of course, you'd love number 1, but if you can't have one, number 2 is pretty good.
I agree with you totally, and here's the other part, too. The really good teams, the really confident teams, they're not as worried about being number 1. 2 is fine because they feel like they can go on the road and win against number 1 if they absolutely have to. The big thing, though, is clinching one of those early buys and able to sit and get a little as the playoffs begin.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football. On
3rd down, here's Coleman. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. D Ford. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Carson. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Give him 6 on the run. They're going to be faced now with a 3rd and 12.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Right, we get slap happy up here sometimes. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
Here we go.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jerick McKinnon there, but it's going to be 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Man, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
You're looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Matt Breida, the offense, heading back out. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Roughing the passer, defense.
I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver. But it'll be second down. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will do it. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors. But overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. And the defense loses him. It's complete. 33 yards that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Here's Mostert. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
A loss of 2 there, second down. He stayed afloat for a second there after the first wave of contact, but that was going nowhere.
Yeah, what did he tell us in pregame? I just don't want to get my feet stopped initially when I'm trying to make a run. That's exactly what happened there.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now a handoff here to his running back. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
On 3rd down, Wilson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When we talk about the best corners in the league, we're usually saying shutdown corners, guys you can't complete passes against. Richard Sherman fits that definition to a T. The best part of his game, no wasted moves. He studies the opponent so well, hard to get a pass on Richard Sherman.
In on the tackle there, Bobby Wagner coming off a 3rd straight All-Pro season. From the 17, Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Returnable for Lockett. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. And he'll give it here to his running back. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
Brings up 2nd down at the 19-yard line.
Throwing on second and long. Wilson, underneath pass here to Van Ness. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Wow, so wipe out the INT, roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
A pretty good-looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They will run it. It's McKissick. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 30-yard line.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here's Wilson. Open man, it's Manette. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the fourth. To throw again on second down. Wilson, and he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Myers connects on the PAT, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That's a combination that 49er fans are happy to see, Garoppolo to McKinnon, and they want to see a lot of it. They didn't get to witness it at all last year. Remember, McKinnon got injured before. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jarran Reed able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Pettis hauling this in from Garoppolo. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. To throw is Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 39.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And now it's second down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo now. James has got it. Complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 18. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, here's Breida. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't it?
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the air.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. DeForest Buckner has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the gun, it's Wilson. That one going to be complete to David Moore. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not ordinary joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So line of scrimmage still a 39 on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs.
Here we go.
We'll step aside.
What we got?
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Berry, the safety, comes flying in for the sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Man, you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing,
Here we go.
you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards there and a Niner first. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker Bobby Wagner able to get back in coverage and knock it free. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Garoppolo to throw. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
Wow, I know it's a never say never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way. I think we can figure out why they went for 2 there, right? Up 1, you want to make it a field goal difference. If at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got to play some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
So Wilson and the Seahawks down 22-21. A little over 80 ticks to go. A chance to end this season with a bang as they come up with a 1st and 10. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. He's back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll look to throw. This complete to Lockett. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
You got him.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Back to throw. He'll find Metcalf. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Here's Wilson to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll make it a 2nd down. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. So now this one will rest on the right foot of Jason Myers. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. So now this one will rest on the right foot of Jason Myers. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And this one looks good.
Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on...
Coach, it is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. Today, it's an NFC West battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks.
Check. Watch 54.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson. Ooh, the juke. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the two-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes a 49er head coach, and he made it a point to go out and snag his former running back because he really likes his 26-year-old ball carrier. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch the slant, watch the slant, watch the slant. Check that one, Omaha.
Garoppolo. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Garoppolo able to find Goodwin for a big one. 69 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
It's Coleman here, and he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Wilson. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. That'd be ideal. Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Come on, let's go. Mike 50.
On 2nd and inches, Garoppolo. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Come on, fellas.
The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Garoppolo gives to Breida. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Mostert. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Garoppolo already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's Garoppolo to throw. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. That's caught. It's Coleman. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it up. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54. Mike. Hey, man. Hey, man.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 33. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. This fielded at the 2. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Yeah, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return, then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
And he'll be taken down at the 18. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Right there, 54, right there, right there, 54, Mike. You don't see me in your nightmare, son.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
Here we go.
San Francisco.
They go counter with Breida. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Garoppolo, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
Oh, good move. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Rush in.
Wilson now to throw again. To the right side, incomplete to Metcalf. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he's got his target. That's more. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down. Everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the 1st down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissic. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 17-yard line. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Throwing again here, Wilson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
On first down, Garoppolo. He finds McKinnon, complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Here we go.
It was a solid check down there with pressure coming, wasn't it?
It was, because you're trying to go through your progression, and when you have that type of pressure in your face, it changes what you're doing and how fast you have to do your reads, and able to come back and find him in open space. That's a really nice play.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go for the 40. Garoppolo looks to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. This one complete to Coleman. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Here we go.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 7 yards there and a first down. So first and 10 now from the 30. To throw, it's Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Garoppolo on the offense with a first and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Garoppolo now. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Ziggy Ansah in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He hit his first. Now this from 43. The kick by Gold is good, and that will do it for this first half. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you turn that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. This is Mostert. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Here we go.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Man open. It's Goodwin. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 45-yard line.
Here we go.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's first and 10 at the 45-yard line. Breida, he'll try the right side. Dances by him. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Garoppolo now, 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. On 2nd and 7, Garoppolo. Screen play, McKinnon. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo to the goal line, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Day breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fake.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. This is Carson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. That result, really no surprise. That's what we're coming accustomed to with this #1 ranked rush defense.
And you study the game. Does this bring back a few memories? Maybe the 85 Bears trying to move the ball against them, 2000 Ravens. Heck, how about the late 60s, early 70s purple people eaters, the Minnesota Vikings? Hard to move the ball against those types of teams.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Yeah, the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
Toe bashed it.
that. Super toe.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 10 and a 49er 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Play action, Garoppolo. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Garoppolo now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. Garoppolo. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively and back. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Matt Breida, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown.
Let's go.
They're going to try and run. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Wilson. This complete to Lockett. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Garoppolo going to give this one to McKinnon. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from. Obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. They run again with Breida. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Second and goal from the 1. On second down, it's Coleman. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
That time a 6-play drive. And Tevin Coleman polished it off with a touchdown run. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
Now throwing on first down and completing it. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Wilson's throw caught by Metcalf. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 33. Look at this, a tight end carry. The tackle there by Richard Sherman. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. From the 30 on second down. Wilson, it's caught, block it. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Now Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside. and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On second down, a run with Breida. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the 49ers, a final win means they will finish off the regular season at a very strong 12-4. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Seattle, it'll be a 10-loss season as they wrap up 6-10. And I think you have to say, ultimately, this was a team that really underachieved. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.